If your hardwood floor is looking a bit dull and lifeless and you're starting to feel a bit desperate, please watch the video today before you head off to that local big box retailer and purchase a polish, a wax, oil, or soap. You're gonna regret it, and today I'm gonna show you why. I can't tell you how many times a client has called me completely exasperated, frustrated. They just purchased a new home. The floor was just looking a bit dull and they wanted to add some shine to it. So they head out to the local big box retailer and they purchase one of these soaps or oils. Polishes are big. And they just wanted to add a nice little sheen to the floor, thinking they wouldn't cause any harm. Next thing you know, a couple weeks goes by, they have to apply the next coat and the next coat. For long, that floor's smudgy, it's slippery, and it looks terrible. So they call me up. They're frustrated, they're angry, they're mad, and they're almost in tears wondering if they just ruined their floor. If you walk into any big box retailer today, I'm gonna tell you that probably close to 50% of the products that you see on those shelves are bad for your floor. They're gonna provide you that same experience I just described. The general rule of thumb is simple. If you're gonna apply a cleaning product to your floor and it's gonna leave any sort of residue behind after it's completely dry, this is bad. Do not use it. That buildup is eventually gonna grow and grow over time. It's gonna get smudgy, it's gonna get slippery, and it's gonna leave you with a headache and a mess. Those products are designed to put you in a never-ending cycle of application. Once you start down that road, you have to continue if you wanna keep that floor looking good. So weeks go by, you have to apply another coat of polish and another coat of polish. This is great for the corporate profits. It's not great for your floor and it's not great for your pocketbook. So let me give you an alternative today and tell you how you really should be maintaining your floors. Well, I'm sure you've heard about carpet cleaning, but chances are you probably haven't heard about hardwood floor cleaning or hardwood floor maintenance or maintenance coats. What if I told you there's a process out there that's a fraction of the cost of a complete refinish? It's 100% dust-free, and it's gonna take less than a day to complete. It's also gonna extend the life of your floor, and it's gonna dramatically increase the amount of time you can go before you have to completely refinish them again. So without the proper maintenance, most floors will only last you about 7 to 10 years before the finish is gonna start to wear through, it's gonna discolor. At that point, it's too late. We cannot apply a maintenance coat in those scenarios. You're gonna be left with no choice but to completely refinish them. We wanna avoid this. We wanna extend the life of your floor. Every time your floor gets refinished, we're reducing the life of that floor. We're reducing the wear layer that can be sanded. We want to minimize the number of refinishes as much as possible. One of the ways you can do this is by applying a maintenance coat every 3 to 5 to 7 years. It depends on your traffic. So why haven't you heard more about the maintenance coat process? Why aren't more contractors offering this? Well, they've been burned by the traditional screen and coat method. The old method was a simple couple-step process where they walk in with a buffer, they screen your floor, and they apply a new coat of urethane, usually oil-modified urethane or maybe a water-based urethane. The last step to that process, they head to local church and they sit there and pray for about 15 to 30 minutes, hoping that that finish coat is going to properly bond and adhere to your floor. Because chances are, if you've used any sort of these cleaning products that I've described, it's going to peel and it's going to flake off. Contractors get burned in these situations. The clients are unhappy. Now you're left with no choice but to completely refinish that floor because the new maintenance coat they've just applied is flaking and peeling off. So let's circle back to the popularity of these cleaning products that are bad for your floor. They're causing this traditional screen and coat process to break down and fail. You see, when that contractor shows up to your house to screen that floor, he's simply pushing those contaminants or that residue, the polish, the wax, the oil, the soap, he's pushing that down into your floor. He's not really removing all of it. And so when the time comes for step 2 to apply that coat of finish to that floor, that coat of finish is now bonding to that polish, to that wax, to that oil. And when it dries, it is not really properly adhered to your hardwood floor. So it's going to peel, it's going to flake, and it's going to pop off. This is going to leave the client very frustrated, and it's going to leave the contractor very frustrated. Because at this point, the only solution to remedy that problem is to completely refinish your floor. So now we have an unhappy contractor and an unhappy client. Nobody wins in that situation. So as you can imagine, those contractors no longer offer, or they have cut back on their advertisements of the maintenance coat process. Well, at Kimminau Floors, we have implemented a more robust process, and we can eliminate most of these pitfalls. In fact, our success rate is close to 99%. Let's take a look at our process and compare it to the traditional one. Our first step is to come in and clean your floors. We have a professional hardwood floor scrubbing device that will come in and allow us to strip away and use dissolving agents to remove the buildup from these cleaning agents. Our second step, once the floor is clean, is to buff that floor. The buffing process will eliminate some of the surface scratches that were in your old urethane coating. Step 3, we're going to apply a bonding coat. This bonding coat is crucial. It's an adhesion promoter, so it's going to grab a hold of the existing finish that's on your floor, and it's going to promote adhesion with our commercial grade water-based urethane that we're going to apply here on step 4. Step 4, we apply the 2-component commercial grade water-based urethane. Now you can pick whatever sheen you'd like. It can be satin or matte or even semi-gloss if you want to go with a shinier floor. Step 5 is we simply allow that finish to dry for a couple hours before you can resume traffic on the floor with socked feet. You'll notice we're not heading off to church and praying for adhesion. This process is very robust, and it's proven time and time again that it's going to work, and that new finish coat that we've just applied is not going to peel off of your floor. The best part about the Kimminau Clean and Coat process is that it can be completed in as little as 6 to 8 hours. There's no dust, there's no fumes, and most importantly, your floor is now fully protected for the next 5 to 7 years. This sounds a lot better than going down to the local big box store and applying a new coat of polish every 2 to 3 weeks. If you're a realtor and you're watching this process, or maybe you're a client that wants to put their home up for sale, I want to point out that this clean and coat process is ideal for your situation. It'll allow you to shine up that floor and make it look new again without having to completely refinish it, and it's going to cost you a fraction, 20% of the full refinishing service. So the choice is simple. Would you really want to go down to your local big box store and continue to apply a polish to your floor? Or would you rather have them professionally done and not have to hassle or mess with them for another 5 years? Hopefully you found this video to be very educational. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. All of our contact information can be found on our website. Thank you.